Imagine standing on a quiet beach watching the waves roll in and out, a rhythm as old as time itself. You've seen countless shells and pieces of driftwood wash ashore, but then one day something entirely new appears on the sand. It's a bottle, sealed and mysterious, with something inside. You don't know where it came from, who sent it, or what its journey was like. All you know is that it has travelled a vast, unknown ocean to reach you. This is how we felt, as astronomers and as a civilization back in 2017. We were the beachcombers, and our solar system was the shore. The universe, in its infinite and silent majesty, had sent us a message in a bottle. This visitor wasn't made of glass, and it didn't contain a rolled-up piece of parchment. It was a traveller of a different sort, an object from interstellar space, the vast dark ocean between the stars. We named it Oumuamua, a beautiful Hawaiian word that means a messenger from afar arriving first. It all began on October 19th, 2017. A telescope in Hawaii, the Pan-STARRS 1, was doing its nightly job of scanning the sky for near-Earth objects, like asteroids that might pose a threat. On this particular night, it spotted something faint and moving incredibly fast. At first, astronomers thought it was a small, speedy comet or a peculiar asteroid from within our own solar system. But as they tracked its path, they realized something was very, very different. It came screaming into our solar system from the direction of the star Vega, swung around our sun, using its gravity like a slingshot, and was then flung back out into the void, heading toward the constellation Pegasus. We had never seen anything like it. This confirmation that it was an interstellar object was a landmark discovery. As we collected the precious few photons of light bouncing off this object, the puzzle deepened. One of the first things we noticed was how its brightness changed over time. It would get very bright, then very dim, then bright again on a regular cycle of about 8 hours. There's a simple explanation for this. The object was tumbling end over end. But the extreme variation in brightness suggested something truly bizarre about its shape. To account for such a drastic change, Oumuamua had to be incredibly elongated, perhaps 10 times longer than it was wide. Then came the most baffling clue of all, its movement. As Oumuamua sped away from the sun, it wasn't just following the path dictated by gravity. It was accelerating ever so slightly. For comets, this is normal. As they get close to the sun, ice on their surface vaporizes, creating jets of gas that act like tiny rocket thrusters. This is what gives comets their beautiful tails. So we looked for a tail, a coma of gas and dust around Oumuamua. We looked with our most powerful telescopes, and we found nothing, absolutely nothing. For years, Oumuamua remained a solitary enigma, a story with no second chapter. It had vanished into the cosmic darkness, leaving us with only data and debates. We assumed it would be decades, maybe centuries, before another interstellar object was detected. The universe is a big place after all, but the cosmos, it seems, had other plans. Today, on this day, August 5th, 2025, the astronomical community is buzzing with news that is shaking the very foundations of our understanding of the universe. It is news that I myself am still struggling to fully comprehend. The messenger has returned. It wasn't found by accident this time. After the 2017 flyby, teams around the world began developing new ways to look for these faint, fast-moving interstellar visitors. An object, which we have provisionally named Oumuamua 2, has entered our solar system. It is, for all intents and purposes, a twin to the visitor we saw 8 years ago. But that is not the most staggering part of this revelation. Oumuamua 2 is not alone. Trailing behind it, following the same interstellar highway, are other objects. At this moment, we have confirmed 3 more, fainter and harder to see, but they are there. It is a fleet, a caravan, a flotilla sailing the cosmic ocean, and they are heading directly into our solar system. The appearance of a single, anomalous object like the first Oumuamua was a scientific puzzle. It was a fascinating outlier, a data point that challenged our models and forced us to think outside the box. But the arrival of a second object, a near-perfect twin, changes the entire conversation. The return of the mystery, multiplied, pushes the needle away from strange natural phenomenon and towards something else. The universe is governed by statistics and probability. For 2 unrelated objects from the void to be so alike in their strangeness stretches the bounds of coincidence to the breaking point. It suggests a common origin, a single process that created them. It implies that whatever made the first Oumuamua is not a one-off event. There is a source, a factory somewhere out there producing these specific, peculiar things. A group of objects moving together suggests they were launched together from the same place at the same time and on the same mission. This is no longer just a puzzle about the composition of a weird space rock. It is now a question of origin and, dare we say it, of intent. Why would a group of objects be sent traveling together across the galaxy? Let's take a deep breath. When we are faced with such a profound and startling discovery, it is easy to let our imaginations run away with us. The question of whether we are alone in the universe is perhaps the most fundamental question we can ask. The possibility that these objects are artifacts of an extraterrestrial civilization must now be considered a serious scientific hypothesis. It is no longer a fringe idea relegated to science fiction. When you have multiple objects with identical, highly unusual characteristics, including unexplained acceleration and a shape optimized for interstellar travel, the theory of intelligent design becomes one of the most parsimonious explanations. Think of them not as spaceships carrying little green men, but perhaps as something more subtle. They could be probes, sent out by a long-dead or still-thriving civilization eons ago to explore the galaxy. Like the Voyager probes we ourselves sent out, they might be simple, durable machines designed to gather data and report back, or perhaps just to travel, as a testament to their makers. This hypothesis is testable. As this new fleet gets closer, we will have a much better opportunity to study them than we did with the first Oumuamua. Let us play devil's advocate for a moment and explore the other side of the coin. What if these objects are, in fact, entirely natural? What kind of exotic natural process could explain such a phenomenon? Perhaps there is a type of star or planetary system out there that we have never dreamed of, one that, in its death throes, shatters its planets into long, thin shards and ejects them into the galaxy. Maybe a planet made almost entirely of solid nitrogen or hydrogen was ripped apart by tidal forces, creating a series of iceberg-like fragments that are now sublimating in a way we can't detect. The challenge for this theory, however, remains the coordinated nature of the fleet. How could a natural cataclysm eject multiple fragments in such a way that they travel together in a loose but stable formation across millions of years of interstellar space? So we stand at a crossroads of two extraordinary possibilities. On one path, we have the first physical evidence of a civilization beyond our own. On the other, we have evidence of a completely new and unknown natural phenomenon. Either conclusion is revolutionary. Either outcome will forever change our perspective on the cosmos and our place within it. There is no mundane answer here. So what happens now? The world's astronomical community is mobilized. Every available instrument is being pointed at these new arrivals. We are listening for radio waves. We are analyzing their reflected light to an incredible degree of precision. Unlike our brief encounter in 2017, we have more time now. We know they're coming. We are prepared to observe, to listen and to learn. This is a slow, methodical process of scientific discovery playing out on the grandest possible stage. This is a moment for all of humanity. It is not just for scientists in their labs and observatories. It is a moment for every one of us to look up at the night sky and feel a renewed sense of awe. Whatever these objects are, they are a gift. They are a reminder that the universe is vast, ancient, and filled with mysteries that we are only just beginning to unravel. They invite us to be curious, to ask big questions, and to dream of the possibilities. They connect us as a species in a shared moment of wonder, looking out into the great silent darkness with a common sense of anticipation. We do not know what we will find. We may find conclusive proof of technology, or we may find a bizarre new wrinkle in the fabric of nature. We may even find something so strange that it fits neither category, something that our 21st century minds are not yet equipped to understand. And that is the beauty of science. It is a journey into the unknown, a process of peeling back the layers of reality one by one. We must be patient, we must be rigorous, and we must be open to whatever the universe chooses to reveal to us. The story of Oumuamua is no longer a story of the past. It is the story of our future. It is unfolding right now, in real time, as specks of light travel across the immense darkness toward our small blue world. We are privileged to be alive at this moment, to witness this chapter of cosmic history being written. The journey ahead is uncertain, but it is guaranteed to be one of the greatest adventures of discovery our species has ever undertaken. Keep looking up and keep wondering. Please like and subscribe to Cosmic Discover.